How important was it to come out of the gate strong in the second half and play so well to start there?
Well, it was important, but it's like I told the kids, we got to fight, we got to be tough. But then the subtext to that is through the drought, and we struggled to score offensively. And I knew the drought was coming. The guys knew it was coming, and I thought we mentally didn't let that affect what we did on the defensive end of the floor. They made that run with 8 minutes to go. I think they cut it to 5, and we didn't hang our heads and pout like it was over. And I thought the guys did a great job of playing to win today. Defensively, obviously, was a key, holding a really good offensive team to 34%, but proud of the kids. It's a tough place to play against a very good team.
Coach, in the first half, you guys seem to do a really good job of switching defenses in the first half. How much of that disrupted what they wanted to do offensively?
I think it did. I think it did. It's I'm more of a man-to-man coach than anything, but with this team, we don't have the personnel to stand and go toe-to-toe with many teams, especially not in this league. So we've had to do a good job of keeping teams off balance with changing defenses from man to zone and mixing up what we do against doing our man-to-man, and it possibly threw them off a little bit.
Can you talk about your ability to get it inside? You outscored South Carolina 42-20 in the paint and only had to attempt 5 3-point shots.
Yeah, it's something I thought we could take advantage of, even though they have very good interior players and shot blockers. But just watching them on tape, I didn't see, because of that, they don't do a whole lot of helping because they've got a really big presence on the inside. So I thought if we would play with confidence down low, our bigs continue to get better. Rob Chubb, Kenny Gabriel, Adrian Forbes, those guys have all given us something moments this year. But I talked about being more consistent throughout the course of not just a game, but possessions, be more consistent. And I thought getting Rob Chubb those first 2 touches and him scoring pretty easy gave him the confidence to sustain over the course of the game. But I think our bigs are good enough that if you're going to play them one-on-one, we can make people play.
This was one of the top rebounding teams in the league coming in. You guys out-rebounded them by 12. I mean, what were you doing right in the boards?
Well, I think it had more to do with our defense than it had to do with rebounding. I think changing up the defense has kept them off balance. They didn't get a whole lot of looks close to the basket is what they typically do. They ended up taking 33 threes. We just had to make sure we rebounded the long ones, and we did for the most part.
Did you sense they were starting to get a little frustrated on the offensive end with the way you guys were?
Hard to tell. Hard to tell. I mean, when you say frustrated, I didn't see them take quicker shots. I mean, I thought they still went through their offense and they tried to run their stuff. Just nothing with, we played good defense, but again, when you're, I think if they're a really good offensive team, a little bit had to do that they just weren't knocking them down today. So.
What does it mean to the players to get some sort of tangible reward for the work they put in this year?
It's hard, especially with a young team, to go through the losses that we had, and I think to play as well as we have of late to keep them upbeat and positive. But the one thing we've done as a staff is try to stay positive because the players will feed off of you. And at any time you can get the win so they understand that as I'm making them work and driving them a little bit crazy, that there's a reward at the end if they keep plugging away.
Anything else, Coach?
Thank you.